And we're live. Welcome to Waking Warriors, where we talk about life, love, lessons, and learning. Gotta be totally transparent, I'm not really feeling this today. So...
I didn't want to do it, but...
that's kind of what we're gonna talk about. To a degree. So... nothing really new in the fucking world as far as anything goes.
We have like an almost brand new basement. We have a room, I think we talked about this last week, that we've been working on that's almost... it's getting wrapped up. We still have carpet and one more wall to paint.
And trim.
But coming from where we started, I feel like we're wrapping it up, although we're not yet, but...
yeah, the bulk of the work's done. And I'm gonna hire out the fucking drywall work next time, because I feel like I put a lot of work into that with some fucking mediocre turnout. I'm a little fucking irritated, so. But, it is what it is. I know it's not my strongest skill set, and I don't really have any desire to fucking develop it. So, therefore, hence lacks my commitment and skill set. So, anyways,
So we were having conversation right before we hit record about... we were trying to think about what to talk about. And you said this last week also, but as we're sitting here trying to think about, like, what do we talk about? And obviously we read, and we, I think, each have, like, lists of things and quotes and life, obviously. But then you said, I feel like we're just not in the
groove or the... basically, like, I feel like some people can be in, like, this certain, like, groove, like high vibrational frequency, and, you know,
like flow state.
Yeah, flow state, that's a great way of putting it. And, you know, something, I don't know, I just feel like I haven't had flow state in a long time, like, in anything, really. Like, everything's been kind of like,
Yeah, I mean, I have my moments, but...
I have my days, I should say. But...
well, that's nice. Mine don't last days. I get probably like half a day where I'm like, yeah, that's probably the longest it's been in a while. So then we're having that conversation, and you said, I feel like we're just not in the groove. And I said, well, I think, and it kind of with last week too, that we're kind of just going through the motions with it. And so when that's the case, it does kind of feel like humdrum, like...
yeah, the conversation's lame, and I don't know, it's just overall lame. I think lame.
I think our last pretty good one was the ego one, which at this point was probably like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like where we were feeling as far as starting this today. And then that reminded me... oh wait, what did I say? Oh, because I said I feel like we're just going through the motions, and you said, well, doing it is better than not.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It just comes down to consistency, because if we don't do it this week, then, you know, there's a good chance we won't do it next week. So I'd rather, it's kind of like, you know, having a shitty workout. I'd rather go to the gym for fucking 15, 20 minutes and have this horribly shitty workout rather than just completely say fuck it and skip the day. Because then I feel like I'm going into even a more negative pattern, because, you know, now it's going to be like a double whammy. Not only am I not moving forward, I'm also like taking a step back, because I'm giving in to my fucking shitty habit, which fucking, you know, is just a horrible idea in general. So, you know, if I don't take this step, it's not like I'm just staying the same. I'm also giving into my, you know, poor mindset and everything else. So, and 1% better.
Yeah, sorry, I'm so thrown off. I jacked up my shoulder. I don't know what I did, so that's fun too. Yeah, so then a couple days ago I saw Lewis Howe on Instagram posted this thing about what that triggered for me, with him saying, like, doing it is better than not. And then I said 1% is better than 0. So his post was a little bit different, but that piece specifically I feel like connected to where we were. But he talked about, like, if you can't imagine yourself cleaning the whole room, clean a corner. If you can't like muster up the energy basically to take a shower, wash your face. So like doing 1% today is better than doing 0%. So like whatever you can do. So right now, the past couple weeks, the best that we can do, that we feel like, well, the best, whatever. It's our best, obviously, or it wouldn't be this way. But like doing it, even if it's going through the motions, is better than not.
Yeah. So even though, you know, the conversation might be fucking slow and, you know, sporadic or whatever, at least we went through the motions. We're still training those neural pathways, and we're still training our mind to do that. And then, you know, you can also feel good in the sense of like, hey, at least I fucking did it. At least I said I did what I needed to do. You know, whether I might have not, you know, and this couldn't be applied to anything. Like, you know, like, okay, I told somebody that I would help them. You know, going there with a piss poor attitude is better than not going at all, to be honest. You know, unless they ask you to leave, then that's different, you know, but at least you fucking showed up. So, and that's kind of, it's 100% where I'm at today, especially. And just one of those fucking days, like, we all have these days or these periods throughout life, and I don't know, I've just been like, recently anyways, so. What?
Just noticing. And it also makes me think about Jesse Itzler, right? It says no 0 days.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. And that doesn't have to necessarily be, like, because a lot of people will think about that, and they think about, like, the gym, like, oh, I do something every day, like, whether it's stretch or whether it's walk or whether it's lift or run or whatever. And then, but you can apply that into a broad sense too. So, like, you know, let's say you have fucking daily habits: reading, cold bath, going to the gym, I don't know, meditating. See, I'm all fucked up today. And, you know, like, instead of having, you know, all 5 of them done or whatever that they are, you know, just do one. So then you can still feel good about at least doing one.
You did have a 0 day.
Fucking habit. You know, so it's not necessarily about like that, not having a 0 day across the whole board, or it's more so about having a no 0 day across the board rather than in the specifics all the time. You know, so it's just something to keep in mind, because I feel like today, I don't know, I did a lot of fucking work today. We got a lot of shit done, to be honest. But, and my energy level has gone up and down throughout this day, but now I think it's kind of like fucking tanked because of the caffeine I probably drank this morning and, you know, everything else. So I'm just like, fuck it, I'm done. But I did a lot of fucking work. So, and then like this, I didn't really want to do this at all by any means. So then I was like, well, fuck, you know, if we skip this week, and, you know, next thing we know, we're skipping another week, and I'm like, we at least need to fucking, even if we go through the motion, that's better than not going through the motions, in my personal opinion. Because I think that really just helps your overall mindset and your commitment and your dedication. Because then you can look back, like, you know, like, Ed Milet talks about self-confidence is self-trust, you know, like, even though I fucking showed up. That's the thing. I fucking showed up. I didn't necessarily show up today with, you know, the best and everything else, but the fact is I still fucking showed up. And so I can fucking hang my hat on that, because, you know, like, fuck you guys. Like, I didn't want to be here in the first place, but here I am.
It's not pretty, but we're here.
Yeah, for sure. And so, yeah, I feel like a lot of our podcasts go up and down and all around like that. So, you know, it just is what it is. It's part of the fucking game right now, because, like, this is still our first year in doing this. So, you know, like...
Oh my gosh, we're almost a full year, though.
Yeah, probably, what?
A few weeks off.
No, or yeah, probably, I think like 6 probably weeks off, I'm guessing. How many episodes have we had?
This is 38.
And there's 52 weeks in a year.
We didn't do it every week.
Yeah, no. I also recognize we skipped, like, we started late too, so.
I think we did the first weekend.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I have in my schedule. So, yeah, that's kind of what this one's all about today. I mean, it's nothing fucking crazy, and I mean, honestly, it looks like it's gonna be short and sweet because it's all we have personally. So.
And I think, which you're probably better at this than I am. Like, I let myself off the hook a lot more than you do, but like, if you can find an accountability buddy to like help with that stuff, because I could tell we were both in a space of not wanting to be here, and so then you asked, like, we're doing podcasts today, and I just like shrugged. So I was like. And then we like carried on for a couple minutes, and you're like, so is that a yes? And I was like, if you're telling me that you want to do it, then just say that. And you're like, no, I'm just blah blah blah.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking do it
anymore.
I was
like, I don't really want to do it, and you're like, neither do I, but we should. Which same, like I know that also. Like, yeah, we should. We said we were gonna do this, and
yeah, and feeling like not doing it is a fucking lame ass pussy ass excuse. Like that's what fat, lazy, broke ass motherfuckers do. Is like, oh, I don't feel like doing it. I don't fucking feel like doing it either.
What we feel like doing? That's what he'll say to me often if I say I don't feel like it.
Well, yeah, because I don't fucking feel like going to the gym all the time. I don't fucking feel like, I didn't feel like going to work downstairs in the basement today. And I didn't feel like doing a lot of fucking shit today. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to fucking do it because it needs to get done. And that's how you get forward progress in life, Like, if you just fucking go off your feelings all the time, you're not going to have a good life by any means.
Which we can go off on another topic another day. Feelings are important, but it is a feeling, but that's also like the ego mind, right? Like, oh, that just doesn't sound fun. Like, let's just continue, or not continue, but like, let's just be lazy and, oh, we can just hit it next week. Like, that's ego. That's not like a true, because if I want to make a decision based on who I want to be, like we talked about last week, it's to be here. So, like, the voice inside me that's like, I don't want to do it, let's not do it, like, that's not authentically me. That's like the part of me that's.
And that's an interesting thing because, like, it comes back. A lot of these concepts tie into each other. Like, who do you want to become? Like, okay, cool. Like, if I want to become this specific individual that I'm holding in my mind, with, whatever, honor, integrity, fucking tons of money, jacked or whatever else, insert here, then self-confidence, then he would be here,
Right.
So, and maybe next time I can fucking show up with a better attitude and whatever else, but I'm also not going to fucking fake this shit either. Like, I want to be transparent. I want to be vulnerable because that's genuine. And
right.
Like, that's what people truly go through. Like, if I just come in here and like, woohoo, I'm fucking awesome. This is what I fucking do all the time. And I'm just up here all the fucking time. That's not realistic. That's not true. I'm fucking, like, I am up quite often for sure. Probably more than a lot of other individuals. But there's a lot of days where I'm just like neutral. Like, I'm not down on myself like today. Like, or at this moment, I should say, because I've had a very great day, for the productive day. It makes me happy when I'm productive. And so, but now I'm just like neutral. I'm just like, fuck, I could take it or leave it. Like, I don't fucking feel like doing this shit. I'm not sad or depressed. I'm just low energy. And again, I think part of that reason is because the fucking caffeine probably eventually wore off. And these are things that you got to be aware of. Like, like, how are these things going to affect my day? If I have fucking caffeine in the morning, and then I could potentially crash in the afternoon. Is that okay? Like, today it's not that big of a deal to crash in the afternoon because it's a fucking Sunday. I've got a lot of work done. I had a productive day. But there's other days like, no, you should not fucking crash at 2 or 3 o'clock or whatever time it is. And, you need to be aware of those things. So you have to be in tune with yourself to know that shit. So.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta get a fucking, like some sort of neat-ass thing like Bradley has.
Neat-ass.
Dropping bombs. Brett, you don't know what Bradley is?
I don't think so.
You're so young.
Boom. Just go like that.
But yeah. Fuck it. I don't want to be here. Here I am. End of podcast.
Yeah, I mean, really, honestly, that's like, because we started talking about, like I said, just where we were feeling about being here, and we were like, well, let's just run with that, because that really is where we are, and...
Yeah. At least it's honest.
Just how it goes sometimes, you know? And I think, too, we've been... I don't know. Like, it's easier for me, personally, when there's something in our week that happened that we can, like, tie lessons to, and not that nothing happened. And I said this last week, and I said it again this week. Like, I think, or maybe I just thought it this week. But, like, I feel like we just need to be more intentional with what does go on in our week, because there's no way that there's nothing. But we're, I think, just kind of like in this, we've been working on the basement on the weekends, and, like, then our week comes and goes, you know, and we have, like, most days not together, and, like, we still do, like, dinner together and talk at those times, but, like, sometimes it's just, like, yeah, it's just, like, a day, like, so I think just being more intentional with paying attention and being mindful with our days, I think. And then I think we're also just kind of gotten this, like, lull of, like, we just get through the week and then we work on the basement, and I don't know, we've also been intermixing, like, drinking, which doesn't help, because then, like, all yesterday we were just kind of like, nah. I was, definitely, but then, like, you kind of are, and then when I'm in that mood, that just, like, so it's just, it's like a wasted day almost of...
Yeah, we're creating a lot of friction in general, I feel like. With specifically probably drinking and, yeah, that's about it. The only one, really.
So.
Everything else is actually relatively consistent, you know. No TV at dinner and shit like that. But, yeah. Alright, cool. Well, that was a short and sweet one.
It was.
Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. If you found any value in this, or even if you didn't fucking, like, or if you can relate, you know, like, feel free to comment, reach out, say hello. Add us as a friend. Go on Instagram and Facebook and like our page, and follow us on YouTube. Like the YouTube video. I don't fucking know.
You can like the video, subscribe to the channel.
But, yeah. I think that's it. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.